Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be exposing how into you they actually are. So, in today's reading, we do have 3 piles to choose from. So, take a look at whichever pile is standing out to you the most with your person in mind. So, for pile number 1, we have the Rose Quartz Crystal with the Moon Dust Tarot. For pile number 2, we have the Fairy Crystal with the Muse Tarot. And for pile number 3, we have Amethyst with the Queer Tarot. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. So hopefully by now you have picked a pile for yourself. If not, please pause the video. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this Rose Quartz Crystal and the Moonless Tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be exposing how into you they actually are for the person on your mind. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then please find my email address in the description box below. And also, I do have a giveaway happening at the moment. So I will be announcing the giveaway winner when we reach 40k subscribers. So if you'd like to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel and comment under this video to stand the chance to win a free 30-minute reading from me. So now let's go ahead and shuffle your cards and see what comes up. So, Spirit Guides of pile number 1. Can I please tap into pile 1's energy with the person on their mind? So you can keep your person in mind while I shuffle. Can we please tap into the energy of pile 1's person and pile 1? And please show me how into pile number 1 are they actually? How into pile number 1 are they actually? So we have the Empress. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Two of Pentacles with the Death card. So at the back of the deck so far we have the Nine of Wands. I will pull more cards as we go along. Well, firstly, this person finds you very beautiful inside and out. And I do think this person feels nurtured by you and loved by you in some way, or they have felt that way if this is some kind of separation here. Because with the Death card, this could represent an ending, and maybe some of you are asking about someone you've had an ending with, like a breakup with, or a separation, or you're no longer like in contact with each other. But for others of you, it could just be that maybe this is a tough time in your relationship or your connection where you guys are kind of transforming or changing things and maybe letting go of the old relationship you had and rebirthing a new dynamic. And while that happens, sometimes it can cause tension with the Five of Wands. So take it as it resonates. That's the two energies I see here. I see that this person really values you, and not only your romantic connection, but also your friendship. I also think that this person feels like there's a lot of expectations on them to maybe change something about themselves too. And they feel as though you are someone that they see as a life partner. They see you as someone they can kind of settle down with. And if you have already settled down with this person, then they can see you as the person that kind of just grounds them, that they want to spend the rest of their life with. But there are some challenges here that make this person question whether that can be true or not, or whether that can actually happen the way they want it to happen. This person wants you to be the one, wants you to be their person, like their favorite person forever. But there is this challenge here, or questioning or doubting of like, can we actually make it to the finish line? Like, can we actually get through these challenges together within the connection? The Nine of Wands and the Five of Wands both talk about challenges when we look into tarot. So I do think that maybe you and this person have some tension going on, not only sensually, but also there's this energy of like maybe there's this tension around us where We could like bicker a lot or argue a lot or fight a lot. And the way this person's viewing it is not in a negative way. They just see it as like, oh, you guys have a lot of issues to work through together. But they believe that these things can be worked through and released because I saw the angel number 999. And I also think that this person wants to be able to transform something within your connection with the death card, wants you to be the one, wants to settle down with you, wants all those things. This person feels like you're their other half. So they definitely are very into you. I guess what just makes them question whether this can last or not is the kind of issues you guys have together or the challenges you have in the connection and maybe the bickering or the arguments. But this person views it as a good thing because they see it as like, you know, from their perspective, they see it as like married people are always fighting or bickering. So we're already acting like a married couple or like an old couple that has been together for years. Like, this is how this person's viewing it, not from a negative perspective. This person believes time will, you know, kind of show us what will happen next. Like, this person wants it to happen next, you want it to happen next, like for you guys to last and actually make it to the finish line and for this connection to actually transform. But time will kind of show us if that happens. So this person kind of feels like, although they're very into you, so much so to the point where it makes them scared that they can't control it, they question whether things will change. And I guess it kind of makes this person almost want to shut down in a way because they are living in uncertainty here with these intense feelings towards you, not knowing what to do with those intense feelings. And they know that if you weren't to be in their life anymore, their whole world would fall apart. It would be like darkness in their life. Like, what Spirit is showing me is, you know, like the sun is not coming up anymore. It's just darkness for days on end. So from this person's perspective, it's kind of like their life would just be bleak without you, and not just bleak, but also dark and not full of like happiness and joy. Because I think of sunshine as like happiness and joy and all those energies. So that's what I see. Let's get some more cards. Something about them staring at pictures of you two together with nostalgia, like looking back at past memories that make them happy, the world, the devil, and the Ace of Cups. I think this person knows that they need to work on themselves, and they know that maybe they haven't been perfect in a way. I think this person wants to be a better version of themselves, but then sometimes finds themselves doing the wrong things or saying the wrong things. And sometimes it's difficult to navigate through that in this journey of love. It almost feels like this person wants to be a better person for you, right? And for the relationship. And they want to change something within themselves and work on themselves. They know that they can reach their highest potential. And they know that you could, like, not just you, but like this relationship kind of pushes them to reach their highest potential and doesn't just enable them to keep them stuck at the same level, because anybody else would just allow them to be stuck at the same level, but that wouldn't be love. From this person's perspective, that wouldn't be love, because then it's just like keeping this person stuck at the same level, whereas you push this person to grow outside of their comfort zone. And while that may be uncomfortable, yes, it is still love, because you're pushing this person to grow and be better and transform in some way. I find that even with the tadpoles here, there's another message of transformation. So this person really wants that, and maybe they want the love to transform too and to become less challenging in a way. And they know that maybe they're the cause of many of these challenges. And so that kind of weighs heavy on them, on their mind. They know that sometimes they can be petty or say the wrong things or, you know, do the wrong things and then instantly regret it after. So this person is knowing that you're the one they want and you're the one they want to be with. That's nothing that they have to question. Of course, that's there, but they question if they can change. They can question if they can be the one you need them to be. Does that make sense? We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Five of Swords. Yeah, pettiness. Like, in your arguments, you guys can sometimes be petty and say things that just anger each other or pisses each other off. And now that may not be the healthiest. Like, this person can acknowledge that. The Emperor. They want to change. They're looking at themselves like, am I your dream husband or wife? Or can I be like your soulmate? Or can I be like your perfect person because you're my perfect person, but I'm not your perfect person because I have all these flaws? And I guess this person's kind of looking at themselves like, can I even be what you want me to be? I guess because they have these expectations on them, they kind of feel like they have heavy expectations on them to be someone that you want them to be, and they don't know if you just like deserve better or are better off without them. um of course this person wants you to be the one and wants to be the one for you, but they almost feel like they kind of just hold you back, or like you would be better off without them, like somebody else would treat you much better than they would. And I guess this person does want to grow and change, but at the same time, they question themselves. So, although this person's very into you and they want this relationship to last and they want this to work out, they are questioning whether they can be the one you need in the moment. The Ace of Wands tells me that this person is very passionate about this love, a little bit too passionate at times, where that contributes to arguments and fights. You know, when someone says like they're so passionate about each other that they're passionate like in the bedroom, but they also fight a lot. I'm seeing that type of energy with this Ace of Wands next to the Five of Swords. And no, I'm not promoting unhealthy relationships, so please don't come for me in the comments. But sometimes fights are a part of relationships, you know what I mean? And I'm not promoting it to saying that it's healthy, but I guess sometimes we maybe have relationships like that where we kind of rub each other the wrong way. Um, so I guess you guys are trying, and that's all that matters. With the world opposite this, like, you guys are trying to change things. You guys are trying to change the way you kind of do things. Like, when you guys start arguing, you guys try to maybe step back and calm down. And I guess that's the most important part here, that you're trying to make things work even though things are difficult in your connection. And the fact that this person's trying to, well, look at how much they're trying with their actions. They can't just tell you that they want to change, they have to show you with their actions. And you know, if they don't show you with their actions, although it will break your heart, like, that will show you how into you they actually are. Because if this person works on themselves and does that for you because they know that it makes you happy and it makes you feel like the relationship's progressing forward, then that means they really love you. But if they're not willing to put in that effort and they're just telling you these words, then that's like an empty promise. So don't just take it from me, from the reading of what I'm saying here, that this person's into you. Look at their actions too, and that will show you a reflection of how into you the person actually is. This person is questioning, is this love actually worth it? Will we reach the place we want to be in this love? Will we be able to heal this? Yeah, the Star. Right as I was speaking about healing, that is confirmation. The Six of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. I do think this person loves you, but they kind of feel like your feelings towards them are a mystery. They don't know if you guys are on the same page, but they're hoping you're on the same page. And They're hoping that there's no tricks up the sleeve. What does that mean, Spirit? Tricks up the sleeve. The Eight of Wands, the Tower, the Queen of Pentacles. I'm picking up, now this won't resonate with everybody, but sometimes what makes this person also doubt this relationship, even though those feelings are real, is what other people have told them. So I think that there have been people in this person's life that have sort of projected their own pain onto this person. You know, when someone goes through really bad relationships and then they try to warn the other person, like, how can I say, like, let's say someone went through a really bad relationship and now they hate all women or they hate all men, and then they're just saying like all men are like this or all women are like this, and then they say it as if it's a fact, and like, yes, well, I get the frustration because I've been there myself. It's not necessarily healthy to pass on to the next person, because then the next person starts worrying that that's going to happen to them. Like, let's say that person fucked that person over, sorry for my language, and now they're telling the other person, yeah, your person's going to F you over because it happened to me. Like, that's a projection, and that's also not fair, because now it's making this person question and worry about things that aren't even real or rooted in reality. And yeah, it's kind of hard to get past, even though this person maybe logically knows that it's not true that you are trustworthy. I guess it does maybe make this person a little bit anxious and question, like, oh, you never know what this person's intentions may be. You know, I can try to read this person's intentions, but you'll never truly know if they're genuine or not. So I guess this person's questioning whether you're genuine, not because you've shown them anything that would show you're not genuine, but because of something someone else told them coming from a hurt place. So I do feel a lot of heartbreak in my heart chakra. I feel like this person doesn't want to hurt you, and they're hoping they don't get hurt in this connection. But they also know that maybe you guys have hurt each other a little bit, and they're hoping that it doesn't happen more. You light up this person's life and their day. You're kind of like a sunset to them or sunshine to them. They feel like they need you, but they can't admit that to themselves. They feel like their life wouldn't be the same without you. And this is something they want to show you with their actions as well. I know I said that in the reading, but I see that they genuinely want to show you that by giving you that love and affection, and by showing you generosity with the Six of Pentacles here. Eight of Wands can also represent someone putting in action, and the Two of Cups represents partnership. So I think this person wants to see this love grow and thrive, and they want to see this as something that can make it through, that can stand the test of time. That's what I see here. So I think this person's very into you. They just sometimes question whether they can be the one you need, and they sometimes question whether this love will, you know, make it through despite the challenges. But I think if you guys can work through that together, then you guys can take it one step at a time, and there will be progress. Like, even if you don't see it immediately, you know, if you're working on this, if it's worth it to you, then, you know, you will do it. But that's what I see. I really hope this reading resonated for you. Let me know down in the comments below how this reading resonated for you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi, I'm pal number 2. So if you chose this fairy crystal and the Muse tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at basically how into you this person actually is. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then please find my email address in the description box below. I do also have a giveaway happening at the moment, and I will be announcing the giveaway winner when we reach 40k subscribers. So if you'd like to enter the giveaway to stand a chance to win a free 30-minute reading from me, then all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel and comment under this video. So you can keep your person in mind while I shuffle. Immediately I'm seeing images in my mind, like visions of a red rose, and this red rose is very beautiful, and then as the vision goes by, I'm seeing this woman in like a red dress, and she looks very dreamy. And the best way I can describe the vision I'm seeing is like, you know, those perfume ads where they like make the woman look very dreamy and they're almost like trying to advertise the perfume. I'm seeing like something like that in my mind's eye, where it's almost like the vision is making the woman look so beautiful and making her look so dreamy. And it's almost like I'm seeing her through a camera. But the camera lens is kind of blurred, making her again have that dreamy effect to her. And it's interesting that you chose the Muse Tarot, and how I was seeing the vision was like how this person's seeing you, regardless of gender. I'm just using the woman as an example. There's something about passion here with the red and the red rose, and there's something here about like a deep love with the red. But then also like this person seeing you is very dreamy and like their muse and almost like idealizing you in their head, daydreaming about you in their head. Seeing you is like almost perfect, if I have to describe it. So this person almost like romanticizes you in their mind, overly romanticizes you in their mind. It's like they make the love dreamy in their mind. I don't know how else to explain that, but it's a very beautiful vision. And I feel like my words don't amount to what I'm seeing. So let's see what comes through in the cards. So how into pile number 2 is this person actually? So we have the Muse of Emotions, which is the King of Cups and the Devil. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Magician. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. Now, although this person romanticizes you in their mind, the cards are telling like a different story. So this person might sometimes give you mixed signals. One moment they're giving you like, because the vision I saw was very different to what I'm seeing on the cards now. And let me explain so it makes sense to you. The Eight of Cups here can represent like walking away from something. So perhaps this person did walk away from you and you're wondering why. The Devil here can represent like toxicity. Next to the King of Cups, that can represent, you know, maybe not being able to keep our emotions in control, in check. And I could see this as maybe like a buildup of resentment or anger or something like that. So it's almost giving me the feeling here that maybe this person left when they said they loved you so much, and maybe they gave you mixed signals. Like one moment they were telling you all these things like, oh, you're so beautiful, like all these things you wanted to hear, where they were making it sound so dreamy. And then I almost feel manipulated by the energy. Because like one moment I'm seeing that vision and it's so beautiful and sweet. Next moment I'm pulling the cards and it's a completely different energy. And so the Magician here makes me think that maybe this person manipulated you in some way. And even like manipulated me as a psychic. I don't want to say they manipulated me, but they kind of did, because like I saw that vision and I was like, anyways, what I'm basically saying here is maybe this person told you things you wanted to hear, told you things that they thought would kind of sweep you off your feet. And maybe they somewhat did feel that, but maybe two things can be true at once. But with a Magician here, I'm seeing this as like, I'm telling you things you maybe want to hear, selling you dreams, and then not actually fulfilling my promises or not actually following through on that. Just leaving or abandoning you when you needed them the most is what I'm hearing. Or when you just expected them to stay, not like the rest. It's almost like this person, you thought they were different, but in actual fact, they were just like the rest, is what I'm hearing in my mind. So give me some more information, Spirit. The Four of Pentacles. The World. The Knight of Pentacles. I mean, you guys even chose the fairy crystal, which to me, again, is talking about like fantasies. Maybe this person made you a fantasy in their mind. You know how like fairies, I believe fairies are real in other dimensions, but we can't see them. But that's a story for another day. But I guess what I basically am taking from the crystal is like, you believe that the love was real, but it wasn't like being shown to you in the physical. It was maybe being shown to you in this very dreamy type of way. In this, maybe you felt it in the 5D, like this person's love for you, but maybe they never admitted it to you in person for some of you. Or maybe for others of you, like I said, they said these things and made you feel like that's there and made you feel like this fantasy is coming true, but then that fantasy was then shattered with the tower when the real truth came out, or when their true colors showed. And I think with the Knight of Pentacles here, Spirit is saying if they were absolutely truthful and honest with what they were saying, they would have proved it the whole way through. They wouldn't have just said that to you, sold you dreams, left, tried to come back, left, tried to come back. Some of you went through a whole cycle with this person like that, where it's like they keep coming back or something. Yeah. I'm getting this type of energy of like a wishy-washiness from them, that they don't know what they want, and it's almost like they try to come to you in the moments when they think they want this, and then the moments when they aren't wanting this, it's like they run, which is so confusing. Because one minute this person's like wrapping you up in all this love and like sweeping you off your feet, making you think they're like a Prince Charming or a Princess Charming, I don't know, or a princess, I don't know. But it feels like an illusion. Like I'm seeing Cinderella's dress go back to normal, like the illusion shattering in some way. And it almost feels like you hold on to this person's memories and hold on to the thought that maybe what if what they said was true, or what if the love was actually real, but maybe they're just afraid and they ran. And I guess you question these things in your mind, but what Spirit is saying is if this person truly meant what they said, and even if they never told you, but you felt that from the way they were like showing you, passion and stuff, it wasn't truly, I don't want to say it wasn't truly real, because this person did feel some of those things, but it wasn't truly long lasting, that feeling. It's like that feeling came and went. And what Spirit is showing me is something I thought about like a long time ago. And people say that like love is something you feel and all of that, but then feelings come and go. And I'm seeing that with this person, like their feelings are coming and going, and they're not being so consistent. Like one moment they feel this, the next moment they feel quite the opposite. And it's like they're unpredictable because their feelings never stay the same. But for me, love truly is committing to a person, choosing a person, even when your feelings don't match up to that. So I think this person isn't committing to you or isn't choosing you the whole way through, even though those feelings are there. And those feelings are not enough to satisfy you, even though they're beautiful, they're dreamy, they're almost like a fantasy, a beautiful fantasy, but it can turn into a nightmare real quick. If this person doesn't choose you or commit, it can choose into a real strong heartbreak real quick if you don't see that from them. So again, this energy feels so confusing to explain, because yes, they feel something towards you, but they're not showing consistency. I know the Knight of Pentacles is upright, but how I'm reading this is like 1 minute they're not showing you this, the next minute they are. And even this World card looks like very dreamy. And I was holding this tarot deck so hard that it was hurting my hand. So like this person has a lot of built up aggression within them as well. That is kind of concerning for me. Because when I looked at this Devil card next to the King of Cups, I was seeing aggression from this person. And when I'm in somebody's energy, I will start to feel their feelings. Like if they're very angry, I will start to feel angry. You know what I mean? The Five of Wands. This is exactly what I was speaking about. Ten of Wands. The Emperor. The Ace of Swords. And the Muse of Voices, which is the King of Swords. Do you know what I feel from this person, honestly? I feel like they're a passionate lover. They're something that you would imagine straight out of a romance book. Like the seduction, the romance, it's all very dreamy and fantasy-like. And they can say things to you that make you feel so special. The way they treat you makes you feel so special. And not to mention the things that happen in the bedroom. It's almost like it puts you under a spell and it feels so spiritual in some way. It feels like you're connecting in some way. But then at the same time, this person treats everyone that way. I'm seeing a serial romantic, like a serial dater, or someone that almost like is so passionate about love but is non-committal. I'm seeing someone that like flirts with everybody and knows how to really woo a person with their words, but then they say that same thing to everybody. It's like their method of seduction. But it doesn't feel fully real. It's not that it's not fully real, like there is some truth to the things they say, but I feel like because they say it to everybody, it kind of waters it down and makes it less special than it actually is. Does that make sense? I'm seeing someone that like literally flirts with everybody. That's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Like I'm seeing this person's energy, I'm seeing the way they act, I'm seeing them sort of flirt with everybody. I'm seeing, yeah, someone like that. And it's like they don't look like a player because they kind of just sweep you off your feet with the words they say that are so romantic. But then at the same time, it doesn't feel fully true or genuine. You know what I mean? It almost feels like I'm trying to sell you a dream, but it's not genuine. It's not coming from the heart. I think this person is someone that perhaps has a high sex drive and perhaps is into very beautiful women or men, depending on, you know, who's watching this pile and your gender and your sexuality and all that. But there's just something about them not being able to be with just one person. They're like, from their perspective, they're the type that maybe needs many lovers. And I don't fully understand that. Like, I don't mentally get that. Like, who has the time for that many people? Like, do they even have a job? Do they even have things they're doing every day? But like, who that has the time to entertain like 5 different people? I don't get the need for that. But from this person's perspective, even though I disagree with it, they believe they need many lovers and they believe what they felt for you was true, but they can't stay, and that it almost feels like they're gonna come back every time they feel something and leave every time they are scared to commit. And it just feels like this whole back and forth that isn't leading to anything. So how into you are they actually? I think this person is someone that's a manipulator. Even though they don't come through as like intentionally manipulative and a bad person per se, they know what to say to a person to charm a person, and sometimes that can be dangerous because that can make us feel like something there is real. And because they're giving you mixed signals, I'd say this person thinks they're into you. They think they they think they feel love when they see you and when they're around you. They definitely feel that feeling, but I don't think it's true love. I think they're confusing like infatuation or lust or something else for true love. So it's really weird because from this person's mind, they think they feel this, but if they truly did, they would prove it. So how into this person, how into you is this person actually? I'd say not that much really. They think they are, but like if we look at the truth here with justice, there's a mixed signal, a mixed message. The truth is kind of distorted in some way. What I mean by that is this person says one thing but does another, and that sort of distorts the truth, where the truth doesn't seem accessible anymore. I hope I'm making sense. You know when someone tells you something and then they do another thing, and then you want to believe them because they're telling you that, and they're speaking with conviction and charm, and it's making you believe that because you also want to believe that it's true, but it's not true, and then it just creates a whole mess because you want to hold on to that idea of what could be, but then this person's actually not willing to follow through. It's just like empty promises and empty hopes, you know? I'm actually seeing you and this person had a past life, and this karmic pattern that you guys have of this back and forth of on and off of, I leave, I come back, I leave, I come back. I see that you had a past life with this person where you were the female in this past life, and they were a male, and they went off to war, and like this is what Spirit showed me in my mind. They went off to war and you kept waiting for them. Or something like that. A situation almost like that where it's like you were waiting for them, but maybe they were away at sea or, at war or something. And then it's like you were always waiting for them. And now in this life, it's playing through again, but you get to break that cycle. And it doesn't have to be exactly the way I explained it the past life, but there's somewhat of a theme there like that in your past life to this person. Some of you could have even like had this person travel a lot, like in this past life where they traveled to like many different countries and they kept visiting you every time. And they left and came back, left and came back. Like I'm seeing a theme like that. So I hope I answered your question in this reading, and I hope I gave you clarity on the situation. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how it resonated down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pal number 3s. If you chose this Amethyst Crystal and the Clear Tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be exposing how into you this person actually is for the person on your mind. Please be aware that this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then please find my email address in the description box below. I do also have a giveaway happening at the moment. So if you'd like to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel and comment under this video to stand the chance to win a free 30-minute reading from me. And the giveaway winner will be announced when we reach 40k subscribers, so keep your person in mind while I shuffle the cards. So Spirit Guides of Pile 3. Spirit Guides of Pile 3, please tap me into Pile 3's energy with the person on their mind's energy. Please show me how into pile number 3 is this person actually. How into pile 3 is this person actually? So firstly, I'm seeing like a healthy smoothie protein shake in my mind. I first want to see the cards before I assume what that means. Okay, we have the 7 of Swords. We have Temperance. We have the King of Swords. We have the Page of Wands. And we have the Queen of Swords. At the back of the deck, we have the 9 of Cups. Okay, I I'm seeing something that might hurt your feelings. If you don't want your feelings hurt, then click off now rather, but I'm sorry for this in advance. I'm seeing that this person feels like you give a healthy love, and they feel like logically you are the best option for them. Like logically you match up to what they want on paper with the Nine of Cups at the back of the deck. It's kind of like on paper you meet every like checklist of what they would want in a partner logically. But feeling wise, in terms of if this person actually feels like you're that person they want to be with, they're a little bit unsure. Let me just put that way. It doesn't have to be so heartbreaking to hear this, but like for some of you that maybe have a certain expectation of how you want the reading to go, then maybe it could hurt a little bit. I think this can be something that isn't necessarily something that would make your relationship fall apart, but okay, let me just spit it out and tell you what I see. I see that yes, they think that, you know, this relationship's healthy, and there's this kind of energy of I think you're good on paper of what I want in a person, but in terms of actually feeling that towards you, I don't know if this person feels that. Do you get what I mean? With Temperance, the Seven of Swords, I'm getting two different energies here. Either I'm trying to rush things with you and trying to go super fast in the relationship, so that you don't see my red flags. Or I'm taking things super slow to the point where I'm not giving you any commitment. When I closed my eyes to ask Spirit what the Seven of Swords Temperance card was about, Spirit showed me someone giving someone a ring, which would represent commitment, and then taking off the ring, putting it back, taking it off. So to me, that represents like someone being unsure of what they truly want. Since the Nine of Cups is at the back of the deck, this is the theme, what they truly want. They're unsure of that. They don't know what they truly want. They don't know if they want to be with you or someone else. It kind of feels like one foot is in this door, in this relationship, and one foot is out of the door in case something better comes along. And I know a lot of you wouldn't want to hear that, but it's better to know the truth than to wait around for someone forever thinking they're going to commit to you, but they never do. Because for most of you, I'm feeling the energy of like this person saying, I will commit to you, we will be together, but then it never actually happens. And then when you do question them on that, maybe they get frustrated with you, or they act short with you, or they become like different with you when you like ask for a timing of when you would want it to happen, because the thing is like you don't want your time to be wasted, and I think this person's kind of like keeping their options open low-key, in case this one falls apart. I don't know if they have anybody else they're speaking to like as a backup, but I am getting energetically in their heart that they're kind of keeping their options open and they're not putting all their eggs in one basket, which doesn't have to be a totally negative thing. Like, think about it this way. They could be unsure of what they want right now, but in 5 months realize that, you know, this is the relationship they want and that they want to commit to you. In 5 months, they could say, no, this is not what they want and go somewhere else. Or they could still be wishy-washy. But what I'm saying is it's not the end of the world, but it is maybe something that's not ideal right now. Right? Because like I said, people's minds can change. Like maybe this person does need more time to figure out what they truly want. But if you also feel like this person's just going to waste your time, then it's better to set your expectations, to communicate, set your boundaries and say, listen, you know, if by this time you still don't know what you want, then I'm cutting you out because I'm not going to have my time wasted. Like, I want this, and if you're not able to give that to me, then bye. You know, you have to be firm with your boundaries and firm with your words. Otherwise, this person's just going to take control and make all the decisions of when things are going to happen in your relationship. And that's going to pan out so slowly if you let this person take all control, if that makes sense. because they want to be in control so that they can make their own choice, so that, let's say, someone else comes along that's maybe a better, I don't want to say option, but like a better version of their dream girl or dream boy, then they would kind of drop you in a second. And I know that hurts to hear, but it is the truth of what I'm seeing. And sometimes it's better to know the truth than to believe something that isn't true, because that can hurt more. The Star. And although I might see this now, it doesn't mean it would be this way forever. Like I said, this person could change their mind and decide they want to be with you and not take this for granted. But it could also go the other way, you know? So the Two of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Six of Cups. I think that this person may somewhat still be stuck in a past relationship. And I think that they got into a new relationship hoping that it would help them heal. Because Six of Cups, the Star, makes me think that they haven't healed from a previous relationship. The Two of Cups, Eight of Wands, makes me think of getting into a new relationship to move on. Does that make sense? Because the Eight of Wands represents like moving forward or moving on from something. The Six of Cups is the past and the Star is healing. But instead of going in and actually healing, it's like we're going into a new relationship expecting it to heal all our wounds and expecting it to fix all the things we feel inside. So I think this person is kind of using love as a scapegoat. What does that mean? Love as a scapegoat. That's what I'm hearing. What does that mean, Spirit? They kind of feel like love should heal all their wounds and make them happy and give them everything they lack inside. It's like they're using it to fill up a void. They're using the name of love to fill up a void within them. But it's almost like as they do that, and it doesn't work out the way they want it to, like let's say love doesn't heal their wounds or fill up the void within them, then they start to lash out at love and blame love as if love is the issue when they are the issue. So that's what Spirit means by using love as a scapegoat, because they're trying to use love as the plaster to all their wounds when it shouldn't be. And then when love can't be that plaster for long and it falls off, it's like this person wants to beat up love. The Three of Pentacles. I don't know why I said Eight of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. This person does want to hold on to you, but not for the reasons you might think. Just because it's kind of like they have... I don't want to say this, but like they have no one else better. Ace of Pentacles at the back of the deck makes me think that if someone else more suited to them came along, like they would just drop you and the relationship would fall apart. But it's kind of like they're holding on right now because you're the closest person to what they would deem as their dream partner, in quote unquote, because it's their dream partner on paper. But in terms of actually feeling that and committing, there's where the lack is. Because in this person's mind, they've thought, okay, I'm going to be with them. But when I'm looking at their feelings, I'm also see them kind of like using love to make themselves feel better. Does that make sense? And I think when I'm in this person's energy, it's very confusing because I view love very differently to this person, which is why I'm sighing, because I'm trying to explain it, but I'm finding it very difficult too. So this person's very logical. They don't love with their emotions or their heart. They think, okay, I'm going to be with this person and that's love to them, right? And yes, that can be great, but with this person, when they're saying that they love someone, I don't feel like they've actually felt in love, like in love, like that feeling, you know. With the Six of Cups here, maybe they felt it in the past for someone, but that person like maybe didn't stay in their life. And if they could be with that person, they probably would. But to me, it almost feels like love is kind of like, to this person, it kind of feels like a business thing. Like, you know, when you have a coworker and you have to work with them and you know you have to work with them, even though, let's say you do get along with them, but they're not like your best friend, but you still have to work with them. It's kind of giving me that feeling, like in terms of the way this person's viewing love. I don't know if I'm making sense with my words, but it's kind of like they almost treat their lover like a business partner. Like, it's not like they feel that in love feeling, but it almost feels like I just have to cohabitate with you and tolerate you and be around you, but it doesn't actually feel like I'm in love. And mentally I say I'm in love, but I don't feel it in my heart. So it's very confusing. In another reading I said that love is like committing to a person even when those feelings like subside, but this is different because it's like those feelings weren't even there to begin with. And I get that this person isn't a very emotional person in general, so maybe that's why, but like this is how they're viewing love from their perception. I don't feel like this is true or genuine, pile 3, because I feel like they're kind of treating you like a placeholder because they don't have anyone else, quote unquote, better. But it's not like you have to be better, or it's not like you're doing anything wrong. In fact, like, you're more than good enough. But I think this person is almost just like using you as a placeholder because they have nobody else to have. It's like they don't want to be alone, but they're not in love either. And so, because they don't want to be alone, they've kind of latched onto you, even though they're not willing to commit to you. Does that make sense? So, that's what I'm seeing in the energy. So, what else is important for pile 3 to know about this energy? The Nine of Wands and the Magician. I think if you try to push and push and push for what you want in this connection, there's going to be more challenges and resistance because this person's unsure. The Ace of Wands. I think that this person is just attracted to you, but I don't think they feel that in love feeling. And I think that they, like I said, are using you as a placeholder and waiting for something else to come around. They kind of, like, let's say you had to push them and ask for a relationship, they would just start maybe being off with you. Like, things would become worse in the relationship when you truly ask for what you want. And I don't think that's a relationship you should be in if you can't even ask for what you want from the person. Like, yes, I know maybe we don't always get what we want out of situations, but like, if the person can't even give you what you want, is it even worth your time? Because the thing is, for me, if I heard this reading, I wouldn't want to be with this person if they are not in love with me like that, if they're not wanting me and choosing me and, you know, making me their priority. I wouldn't want to be with this person. Like, I'm just so turned off by this energy. And I don't get why they can't just be honest. Because it's like they're telling you these things, but then they're not fully meaning it. And then they're making it seem as though things will happen later on in the future. But they're actually not meaning that it will happen because they themselves are not sure. I don't get why they can't just be honest and tell you, like, listen, I'm not really sure if I want to commit, to, I'm not really sure if I want to be with you, like, for a long time, or I'm not really sure what I want. I don't know why they can't be honest, because if they were honest, you probably wouldn't be as attached to them, and you probably wouldn't get as hurt as you would now because of them sort of making you think that they want something more. Does that make sense? So I'm really sorry, but that was your message. I hope I answered your question in terms of how into you this person actually is. Let me know down in the comments how this reading resonated for you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.